So what is a consulting interview like? This is a typical structure, at least at McKinsey, BCG, and Bain. So about 45 minutes. In fact, as I say, we do 10 interviews in a day, right? And how it used to work, it was 45 minutes, 15 minutes break for us to take notes. And in my case, I would go next door to my interview partner and we would already decide pair by pair whether or not they were going through. So we would do 2, break, 15 minutes, 2, probably another 2, then we do lunch, and then we do another 2 pairs, right? So that's 10 interviews, pretty much back to back. If you are slow, so I used to interview very fast, right? I would tell people it's for about 35 to 40 minutes, and I would typically finish in about 35 to 40 minutes. So what do we do in the interview? The first 10 minutes is more of a fit interview. That is asking you questions about your CV, your experience, your interest in consulting. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. That's the fit section. And it's one of those where you can get yourself dinged already, but you cannot get yourself passed, right? You need to then do the case. The case is 25 to 35 minutes, depending on the consultant and how detailed they want to do it and how much they make you go into detail, but about 25 to 30 minutes. And then the last 5 minutes, typically it's, do you have any questions for me? So it's a chance for you to engage and find out a little bit more about the firm, about the person's experience, any questions that you had. If you have done super well in the case, you will probably find that the last 5 minutes is the consultant selling the firm to you and asking and convincing you to join. So if you have that conversation, then good news, you have a very good chance of making it through. Of course, there'll be some variability between the firms. So, the relative proportions between fit and case and Q&A. Typically, you would expect to do 2 interviews in the first round, although some firms, in a way, sort of to sort of save time. In a way, if they commit to doing 2 interviews, then they've wasted 2 hours of consulting time. Some firms now do 1 interview first. If you pass that interview, then you get to the next round where you do the 2 interviews. Right, so the time is between 40 and 60 minutes in total.